He'll go around in the very beginning. It's just like a...
Welcome to a very special edition of Dave and Kathy Unplugged. Kathy is in Florida and I am here in Shoreham, New York, out on Long Island at the Tesla Science Center, aka Wardenclyffe. This is the spot where Nikola Tesla had a lab here. While he was living in New York City, he would come out here to Long Island and this was his lab. This is where he actually did a lot of his thinking and inventing. And so today I'm going to be meeting Michael Russo, who's one of the senior executives at the Wardenclyffe here at the Tesla Science Center, to find out all about what's going on. So this is a video today about technology, not to do with Tesla the car, but Tesla the inventor. So let's get into this, and who knows where this is going to take us. One thing I did hear is that there are going to be over about 300 drones flying in synchronous with each other. But let's get into it and explore the Tesla Science Center here out on Long Island. All right, so here we are approaching the Tesla Science Center at Wardenclyffe, and there's a lot of people here. They got music playing, and I don't know what is going on here, but I'm going to be meeting with Michael Russo, who is, I guess, one of the senior directors here, and he's going to take us on a little tour of this facility, and hopefully we'll be able to learn as much as we can about this whole event and everything that's going on here today. So let's check this out. And we're going to go find Michael wherever he is. Well, Michael, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you taking time. You know, so tell me, what is going on here today? And then I want to find out a little bit from you just about the Science Center itself. But what's happening here today? So
since we bought the property in 2013, we found that a lot of people have waited decades to be able to walk on this property. They see this as a hallowed grounds because of Nikola Tesla's science that he did here. Back in the early 1900s. Part of what made us be able to buy the property was our worldwide fundraiser that we had in 2013. So part of our thank you to the community, both the local and Long Island community, but the world community, is we open up our property once a year until we actually have the buildings restored, until we have the visitor center open. That'll be open in the spring of 2026. We bring people in, and they can come in and enjoy all the festivities that we have today. We have food trucks, we have robotics, we have VR. The VR is pretty special. It's by our filmmaker, Joe Sikorsky, and it's a virtual reality experience of within the actual lab, set up the way that Nikola Tesla had it set up. We also have we have glass blowing, we have the radio club, everything from that spans Nikola Tesla's career, from invention of the radio. Many people know this, but not everybody thinks it's Marconi, originally another Long Islander. Marconi invented the radio. And in reality, he borrowed most of the parts from Nikola Tesla, who had already invented it, did a few more things to it, and in the 1940s, the Supreme Court flipped the patent to Nikola Tesla for the invention of the radio. So this place is all about Tesla's science of finding wireless energy in all forms.
Yeah. Now, I've read a little bit. I must say I'm more of a Tesla car guy than I am the inventor.
Yeah.
But I find it to be fascinating, and I do want to learn more. What inventions did Tesla himself do that we would know today we would use? So I know that like wireless electricity, that was a pretty controversial topic, wasn't it, back in the day?
Sure. So the reason for this property, or the reason for the Wardenclyffe Tower, that the base is currently on the property, was first, it was financed through JP Morgan as a transmission of radio tower. But what was really behind it was that it was a means of Nikola Tesla sending electricity into the ground and being able to extract it anywhere else in the world wirelessly without meters for free, which JP Morgan wasn't a fan of. Anything to do with wireless energy of any kind, from radio control of his teleautomaton that he invented in the late 1800s. Early experiments with X-ray is accredited to him. A good example of his wireless transmission of energy, you could see in the movie The Prestige, where the lab prior to this was in Colorado Springs, and he put light bulbs into the ground and was able to light them up from hundreds of yards away wirelessly. So that 10.5 months was the precursor to what he did on this property.
Yeah, some of the displays out on the tables it was great to see. I mean, obviously the people that were behind the tables were super smart, and the kids that were coming up, it was just really fascinating, Michael, to see how fascinating. Did I say the word fascinating twice? I think I did, but that's okay. He deserves it. You're right. But it really was truly fascinating, and also inspiring to see the young kids come up and be eager to learn and not be on their phones or their video games.
That's right. One of the things that I've found most inspiring about serving on the board here all these years was watching all the parents who may have average Joe jobs, and their kids want to know more about Nikola Tesla. They identify with Nikola Tesla as being an underdog who fought for everybody, it is truly incredible about how little kids, I mean, their access to information, connecting wirelessly to the internet is based upon Nikola Tesla's science. He invented the logic gate, which is the precursor to the logic that came into computers decades later. There's still science that Nikola Tesla did on this property that people still can't recreate.
So tell me about the property and the buildings. The brick building that I see with the tower with the little sphere at the whatever that is at the top.
Yep.
What can you tell me? Was that was the original?
The original lab building.
Okay.
In an Italianate style. It was designed, what we believe, is one of the last commissions of Stanford of McKim Mead and White. They were friends. That building was the original building. The original property was over 200 acres. He bought it from Joseph Warden. So he originally imagined that this would be somewhat of an industrial site to produce energy to send around the world. He had scouted other properties in Scotland to be another tower there, and he also wanted to put on workers' housing and things like that.
Yeah.
The property was dwindled down to 16 acres, which is what we own today here. We are opening, like I said earlier, our visitor center. We'll be opening in the spring as we restore the building back to its former glory.
Now, I notice a lot of the buildings are in rough shape.
Sure.
And so it's just been abandoned and neglected for so many years.
Right.
The Tesla Science Center is right back over there.
Breaking news right now, a raging fire at the Tesla Science Center in Shoreham.
31 engine 6, Tesla Science Center, fire, Raven Road, open 100.
first responders are working tirelessly to control the fire.
Tell me a little bit about the mission of your organization and the plans that you have.
Yeah. So part of us buying the property was that we were going to always make this into an international science center and museum. Past, present, and future. Past of Nikola Tesla, the present, how his science and engineering affects it, and it applies to our everyday, and our future is to inspire the future inventors that Nikola, his science and ethos apply to. The buildings that we have on the property, what you see is a lot of them being demolished. So the original lab was part of a larger facility that processed old film. So that property eventually changed hands from Peerless Photo to AGFA, and the property was closed in the 1980s, and it became a Superfund site. An exciting thing is that we will be the only science center in the United States built on a brownfield, which is exciting for us for repurposing rather than trying to find something else and knock it down. He was always into adaptive reuse, which is what we're doing here. We have relationships with foreign leaders like in Serbia and Croatia and the United Nations. We have been asked by the United Nations that once we're all done, however long it takes, once we're completely done developing the property, between the museum, science center, and so forth, that they will make us a UNESCO site, which is exciting
that's
for
terrific.
the United States and New York and Long Island.
That's terrific.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wow, that's really good. Well, so tell me just a little bit about this drone show we're about to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it clearly is drawing a lot of people,
Yeah.
and there seems to be some better seats in the house than others.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's positioning themselves.
That's right.
But I would imagine drones of at least a couple hundred flying.
Yeah,
you probably it's probably not a good idea to fly those over people. Right.
Well, there are laws that govern that. So the drones are completely over the buildings. None of the drones will fly over people. That's based upon existing laws and permits.
Right.
We have this company that has been very gracious with their time. This is the second time they're here, out of Texas. I forget their name.
Right.
I apologize. And they put on an amazing show last year. We tried it out. The year before that, we had the world's largest Tesla coil on the property, which was exciting for a lot of people. So we're trying to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, but keep in mind that drone technology was also based upon Nikola Tesla's technology.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, listen, I want to thank you so much for
welcome.
inviting me to come out here.
Yeah,
I'm a Connecticut guy, but when I heard this was going on,
Yeah.
and shame on me for not knowing you've been doing this for the past X number of years, but I've been enjoying walking around today and seeing just people and the passion that they have.
It's amazing.
There's a spirit and an energy here that is hard to put a finger on. And what I would say is today actually Nikola Tesla's birthday? Yesterday. Okay.
Yep.
It's close enough, Michael.
Yep.
It's okay. All right. Well, that's terrific. Well, Michael, thank you so much again for coming on another episode of Dave and Kathy Unplugged. If you are a subscriber of the Out of Spec Dave channel, you're going to see some additional content over there. Please share this video with anyone that you know. We want to get the word out as to the mission that's going on here. I have the scanned program that's over here, but just research this place.
You can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course, teslasciencecenter.org.
Excellent. Well, again, thanks again. Everyone, enjoy, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, Michael, no worries. Thank you. Bye-bye.